So here you are watching Coblation adenoidectomy in a 6-year-old child. So you can see with grade 4 adenoids, bad obstructive sleep apnea, chokes in the night, sits up, both sides. I have already performed tonsillectomy just now. Kissing tonsils grade 4 and adenoids are also grade 4. I have pulled the soft palate down so that you can see the lower margin of the adenoids. Obviously it's not grade 5, it's between grade 3 and grade 4. Now that's the superior boundary of the adenoid, which is the periosteum below the sphenoid bone. And right now I'm debulking the adenoid so that I can get a good. Let me focus the camera a little better. All right. Now, see, this is the eustachian tube. These are the torus tuberous and the tubal tonsils. That's the anterior boundary laterally. And as we go posteriorly, this torus tuberous is the anterior part of the lateral boundary. I'm recording this video at 10:45 on, what's the date today? Tuesday. No, what date? 26th of March 2024. And that's the fossa of Rosenmuller, which is the lateral boundary in the posterior extent. All right. Now I will debulk the adenoids completely. That's the fossa of Rosenmuller. And gradually I'll go to the buccopharyngeal fascia or the pharyngobasal fascia, which is at the all right. So that's the buccopharyngeal fascia. You can see it here. That's the boundary posteriorly. This is the passavant's ridge, which is the boundary inferiorly. All right. So now This is the little part still there, which I am removing layer by layer. Now, is it mandatory to remove all this? No. But is it mandatory to travel in a car? You can also travel on a bicycle. So there is nothing called mandatory. You travel in a Mercedes versus, or a Bentley for that matter, versus a scooter, you will still reach the same destination, isn't it? But it depends what you want. That's the superior boundary. My work on the left side is over. There's a little bit of tissue. I'll do it from the right side. Let me just complete my work on the left nostril. I'll come to the right nostril now. So I have come right till the buccopharyngeal fascia, but I'm not supposed to open it up. Little bit of tissue here and there. You can see the fascia here, and little bit of tissue which is there is already devitalized. So obviously this will not hypertrophy again, right? So that's the fascia. Don't open up the fascia unnecessarily. The child will have pain for a couple of weeks. All right. So now the left side is done. Let me come to the right side now. Just clean it, please. Fast. Coming from the right side, you can see the turbinate is little hypertrophied because the child has not been using his nose. Okay, can you put some saline? Thank you. So now this part of the upper boundary on the right side, it was impossible to be dealt from the left nostril, and that's the tubal tonsil on the right side. I'll remain 5 millimeter away from the eustachian orifice and remove all this adenoid. That's the lateral boundary anteriorly, and also of Rosenmuller is the lateral boundary posteriorly. This is the tubal tonsil, lateral boundary anteriorly, and this is the lateral boundary posteriorly, the fossa of Rosenmuller. This video is being recorded specially or a group of ENT colleagues on 26th of March 2024 who wanted to know more about adenoid surgery, how we can make it complete surgery, and should we make it complete, should we not make it complete, should we do half work, should we leave some tissue behind, what will be the repercussions. The idea is that if you are able to do a complete work, why to leave? Now I can leave it here, why not? You can definitely leave this tissue behind. The question is, what is the harm in removing? When you are doing a surgery, why not do it completely? And obviously for 200 years the boundaries were not defined. So incomplete job was being done, and all those issues which happened because of residual tissue were accepted. Now, science keeps on progressing, and the progress happens because of the technology. Technology leads to better techniques. So should we not adopt? And obviously, I mean, if you do not adopt it today, it's all right. There's no law. I mean, you will not be penalized for not doing it today. Maybe after 10, 20 years, you'll be penalized also. Why? Because sometime it will become standard of care. That time will tell. Today, it's not the standard of care that everybody has to do. But if you do, and it's a published paper, if you do, you cannot be penalized for doing it. Obviously, if you get a complication, that will have to be defended in the court of law. Anyways, if you do a you know work which is complete, incomplete, if you have a complication, that may have to be defended. Now here, if you do not want to ablate, you can simply coagulate. By coagulation, what will happen? At least the lymphoid tissue will not grow because it will get fibrous. Here, the tissue was too much, so I'm ablating it. And you see my wand is almost over. So this wand should be thrown away. My work is complete, so I'm not opening another wand, but this wand should be thrown away. Obviously, you should not create a raw area, too much of raw area lower down. And this is torus tuberous. I'm just trying to remove. See how much of lymphoid tissue was there on the torus tuberous. I will not get into the muscle. I'll only remain submucosal. This is all submucosal. Can you see that? I've still not got into the muscles. If you take out the muscles, obviously you'll get a problem of fibrosis of the salpingopharyngeus, which will not really be a great problem, but not warranted, not wanted. All right, so little bit of tissue here. So these are the boundaries of adenoid for you, as described by us in 2016 in Indian Journal. Superiorly, the periosteum below the sphenoid bone, posteriorly the buccopharyngeal fascia, laterally, anteriorly is the torus tuberous, lateral posterior is the fossa of Rosenmuller, and inferiorly is the passavant ridge.